Have you ever wondered what it would be like to walk along a dragon's back, stretching for thousands of miles across mountains and deserts? That's what it feels like to stand on the Great Wall of China, a structure so immense, it's often called one of the wonders of the world. But this isn't just a wall. It's a story, a legend written in stone and earth over 2 millennia. And today, we're going to journey back in time to uncover its secrets, from its very first foundations to the iconic wonder we know today. So, grab your virtual walking stick and let's begin our trek through history. The story of the Great Wall doesn't start with one single wall, but with many. Imagine China, over 2,700 years ago, during a time called the Spring and Autumn period. It wasn't a unified country like it is today. Instead, it was a patchwork of warring states, each fighting for land and power. To protect themselves from their neighbors, rulers of states like Qi, Yan, and Zhao started building defensive walls. These weren't the grand stone structures you might be picturing. They were simpler, often made of rammed earth, layers of soil pounded together until they were as hard as rock. Think of them as ancient fences, marking territory and providing a first line of defense against surprise attacks. These early walls were scattered, disconnected, and built for regional conflicts, but they planted the seed of a much grander idea. Everything changed in 221 BC. A powerful and ambitious ruler, Qin Shi Huang, conquered all the warring states and forged them into a single unified empire. He became the first emperor of China. But with a vast new empire came a new formidable threat from the north. The Xiongnu, nomadic tribes who were skilled horsemen and fierce warriors. They would raid northern Chinese settlements for grain and goods. Emperor Qin needed a way to protect his new nation. His solution was monumental. He decided to connect and fortify the existing walls built by the former states. He sent his top general, Meng Tan, with a massive army of soldiers, convicts, and common people, hundreds of thousands of them, to undertake this colossal project. The conditions for these workers were incredibly harsh. They toiled under the blazing sun and in freezing winters, in treacherous mountains and desolate plains. They used whatever materials were available. In the plains, they used the rammed earth technique. In the mountains, they quarried stone. It was backbreaking, dangerous work. So many people perished during its construction that the wall earned a grim nickname, the longest cemetery on earth. While a dark part of its history, it shows the sheer human cost of this project. The Qin Wall wasn't a single continuous barrier, but a system of defenses with watchtowers, fortresses, and garrison stations. It set the precedent for what the Great Wall would become. Not just a wall, but a complete military defense system. After the fall of the Qin dynasty, the subsequent Han dynasty continued and expanded the Great Wall project. The threat from the Xiongnu hadn't disappeared. In fact, the Han emperors engaged in a centuries-long conflict with them. The Han extended the wall further west, deep into the Gobi Desert. Why so far? To protect the vital Silk Road. This famous trade route was the economic lifeblood of the empire, connecting China to Central Asia and even Europe. Camels laden with silk, spices, and other precious goods traveled this path, and the wall and its forts provided protection from bandits and raiding parties. The Han also improved the wall's design, using layers of reeds and gravel in the desert to create surprisingly durable sections that still stand today. They perfected the watchtower system, using smoke signals by day and fire by night to send messages quickly along the wall. A signal could travel hundreds of miles in just a few hours, an ancient information superhighway. After the Han dynasty, for several centuries, the Great Wall entered a period of relative neglect. Other dynasties, like the Tang, were strong enough militarily that they didn't feel the need to maintain such a massive static defense. They preferred to project their power outwards, controlling the territories from which threats might emerge. It wasn't until the Ming Dynasty, from 1368 to 1644, that the Great Wall saw its golden age. The Ming emperors faced a renewed threat from the north, this time from the Mongols, the descendants of Genghis Khan. Having driven the Mongols out of China to establish their dynasty, the Ming were determined to prevent them from ever returning. They embarked on the largest and most ambitious wall-building campaign in history. The Great Wall that we see and visit today, a majestic structure of gray brick and stone that snakes over green mountains, is almost entirely the work of the Ming dynasty. This was a major upgrade. They used stronger materials, kiln-fired bricks and stone blocks held together with a mortar made from lime and sticky rice. Yes, sticky rice. The amylopectin in the rice gave the mortar incredible strength and durability. The Ming design was also far more sophisticated. The wall was wider, tall enough for soldiers to patrol on top. It featured crenellations for archers to shoot through, and regularly spaced watchtowers that served as barracks, signal stations, and command posts. Sections near the capital, Beijing, like Badaling and Mutianyu, were especially reinforced, sometimes with multiple parallel walls, creating a deep and formidable defense zone. So, with this incredible fortification, how did the Ming dynasty eventually fall? The irony is that the wall was not overcome by a frontal assault. It was bypassed. In 1644, a combination of internal rebellion and political turmoil weakened the Ming government. A rebel army was threatening the capital. A Ming general guarding a key pass at Shanhai Pass made a fateful decision. He opened the gates to the Manchu army from the north, hoping they would help him defeat the rebels. Instead, the Manchus seized the opportunity, swept into Beijing, and established their own dynasty, the Qing dynasty. The Great Wall, the ultimate symbol of defense against northern invaders, was ultimately undone by human betrayal from within. Under the Qing dynasty, the wall lost its military significance. The empire expanded far beyond the wall, incorporating Mongolia and other territories into its domain. The wall was no longer a border, but an internal feature. It fell into disrepair, a silent stone giant left to weather the seasons. It was only in the 20th century that the Great Wall was reborn, this time as a powerful symbol of Chinese national identity and resilience. It became a source of pride, a testament to the endurance and ingenuity of the Chinese people. Major restoration projects began, and it transformed from a military fortification into one of the world's most iconic tourist destinations. Today, when we look at the Great Wall, we're seeing more than just bricks and stone. We're seeing the ambition of an emperor who united a nation. We're seeing the footsteps of soldiers who guarded the Silk Road. We're seeing the genius of Ming engineers who perfected its design. It's a physical timeline of Chinese history, a story of conflict and culture, of triumph and tragedy. It reminds us that some of the greatest things humanity can build are born from the simple, powerful desire to protect what we hold dear. It stands as a timeless monument, not just to a nation, but to the incredible power of human determination. Thanks so much for joining me on this journey through time along the Great Wall of China. If you enjoyed this story, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss our next historical adventure. See you next time.